Hello, 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 and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. And I am so glad that you come to stop by and say hello. I am here in the garden or on my deck, and I have some things that I want to show you. But also, the question that is really in my mind is what makes a person a good gardener? And what are some of the characteristics that one needs to be able to stick to it and go through all of the different things that gardeners go through in trying to produce a product, trying to produce vegetables, a harvest. And the reason why this question came to mind was because today here I am in Zone 6 in the Northeast in the Boston area. I am in an urban cottage garden. My garden is an urban cottage garden, and it is in the middle of the city. It's in one of the Boston neighborhoods, and it's like a secret garden to me. It's very unique in that I do have a nice piece of land, and I am able to garden in my land on my property, and it is such a rewarding thing. And then I have a good neighborhood. I'm around good neighbors, I should say it that way. And it is very comforting and very nice, especially now with all that has happened to the world with the pandemic, that my garden, it means even more to me than before, even though it meant a lot to me before. It's a very special place, and um, I feel very drawn to it. So the question is this: what makes a good gardener, and what is the characteristics? What are the characteristics of a good gardener? What would make someone go through the process of wanting to grow their own food when you can go down the street or go not too far and go into a grocery store and buy food there? Why go through all of this, especially if you're growing from seed? What is it? What is the magnetism, the draw? And what kind of personality does one have to be so diligent with this? And it's amazing. It's amazing because it's not even just about harvest and producing. What about the flower lovers, those who love flowers? What is stimulating them and motivating them to want to plant in a dry, barren ground and see the results of it? What makes one want to play in the dirt? And there was there was this YouTube gardener, garden addict, and she just did a video in the night that she was gardening at nighttime, and that was the only time that she could find to garden was in the middle of the night. So there she is out there with her light and her camera, and she's just digging and putting together things and arranging her garden because there's this pull, this magnetism, this draw from the garden that causes her to want to get out there and to garden. And it was just, I was just so amazed at her being there. And then she heard a sound. She didn't know what it was. And some people thought it was like a stray cat. She thought it might be deer, or who knows. I mean, over in my area, we've had raccoons, wild cats, possums, um, of course, mice and rats and stuff, because we're in the city. And so, at some time, I've even seen snakes and so forth in my garden. So you have to really be brave to want to be outside. I've seen skunks, yeah, skunks in my garden. So to want to garden at nighttime, that draw from the garden to see the design and the project put together, there's got to be some sort of passion, um, there that makes one want to go out into the garden and garden. So, what are the traits? What is it? What is this magnetism? What is this thing that's pulling us out of our houses and onto out into the garden? What is that thing? What is it that's drawing us? And that is what I've been thinking about. Now, one of the things that I have here are my seedlings, and I wanted to show you this. And I think that this is one of the things that draws people into gardening because they see results. And I think if you're a results oriented person, that gardening does provide that sense of results, you know? What do you think? What are your thoughts? And welcome to those who join me here. My name is Catherine, and you're here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And it is so good to be with you here on this Wednesday. I decided to be true to what I said, that I'll be here with you giving a live between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. And so I've been thinking about it. It's been so hot. Our temperature has been close to 90, if not 90. And so it's hot. It was hot outside, especially in this area. And now the sun is on the other side of the house, so I'm able to sit out here and enjoy the breeze. But earlier it was too hot, but yet I felt compelled to come outside. And then, so that I won't lose my plants, I kept coming out and checking them. Yeah, all my little seedlings, checking them and making sure that they were not dried out and that they were staying moist and lush like this. And so, what is it that causes one to want to be so diligent and dedicated to this process? Because, I was thinking about it. I said, if I don't go out there and water those plants, that all that work, all that effort that I put into this garden could just evaporate just like that, because of the sun and the heat and the lack of rain. And so I was motivated this morning. I got up early and I watered down my garden, and I made sure that everything was wet and moist. And then, not even me, but my husband then went and he watered the garden again at midday, and went around and just lugged that hose from one end of the garden to the other end. And I'm saying, wow, this takes a lot of work and diligence to get this done. What is it that draws us, that pushes us to want to see this? And so I'm asking you that question. So for those who have joined me, come on, join me in the chat. What motivates you to want to garden? What is it? What makes a good gardener? And for me, I want to get results. I'm a results sort of oriented person. I love to know that there is a problem or something that I want to see, and I want to get the results. I want to see it to the end. And what is it for you? Come on, share with me, chat with me. I'm here live because we need each other, especially on days like today. It was so hot because the day before was so cool here in the Northeast. It was like 66, about 66 yesterday. That was the high. And yesterday I got a whole lot done. I was able to work in the same vegetable patch or food bed that my husband calls it. And because I knew that I had these seedlings that I grew from seed, and I wanted to make sure that I had a place to put them because this is a lot of food, a lot of seedlings. There are my winter squash, my the winter squash right there, my dinosaur kale, looking real good. I started from seed and pricked it out, and they are growing in. Then I have my cucumbers here, and I even have watermelon. That's my watermelon. So I'm excited to get them in the ground, but I needed to get the ground ready for them. So yesterday was wonderful. Excuse me, I was able to get out. Excuse me, I was able to get out in and garden, and it was so wonderful because it was cool, so the mosquitoes weren't there to harass me, and I was able to dig. And because we haven't received rain for the last what 2 or 3 weeks now, it's going on for a while now. No rain in the Boston area. We are hoping that it will rain Friday, either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, during the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Excuse me, I should have brought my water with me. The weekend, it is supposed to actually rain, and so it's going to mess up a lot of people's celebrations, outdoor celebrations. But it's been very dry, so I've been using some wood chips, and the wood chips are dry, so they're light, and it's easy for me to be able to carry them from one end of the garden to the other end and work on that project over there, making pathways and different things. So I was able to finish that up, and then I had hauled in some compost. Excuse me. And the compost is dry also. It doesn't have a lot of moisture in it, so it was easy for me to dig it up and carry and haul it over to that bed. And I had the will to do it. I mean, it took me a good 3 hours or so, 3 hours, and I stopped midway, and then I gave it another 2 hours. So I was able to finally create the bed, the garden area over there, the way that I envision it or see it, and so that I can put these in the ground um, when they are a little bit more mature. Excuse me. I really apologize for the coughing. And I had my water bottle next to me, and I left the water bottle inside. Oh no! But um, that is the question that has really been running through my mind. What causes me to want to do all of this when I could go to the grocery store and buy the food there? It's already prepared, and some people even buy foods that are packaged for them or have it delivered to them. But yet, it doesn't seem, as a gardener, there is something attractive, something uh, magical, something special about growing your own food. That's what I think. And that makes me want to grow my own food. Now, who's with me? If you're there, come on, say hello, introduce yourselves. This is a live with a chat. That means that you have to respond. Who's there? Come on. You're welcome to share your thoughts and let me know. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hello, hello, hello. This is Catherine here. What do you think? I think gardeners are good people. Yes. I think to be a gardener, you have to have certain characteristics, and one of them is diligence. Oh, thank you. Sharon. Sharon from Illinois. Hello, Sharon Steele. Thank you. I thought I was going to have to talk to myself for a little bit here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sharon. You're from Illinois. Are you able to garden? It should be warm enough now to work your garden. What are you doing in your garden? Have you started seeds and seedlings? And what zone? Just found you. We're on. You were on. Hi. Hi, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. Yes. So, Sharon, what zone are you in? And have you started any seedlings? And what's the temperature like there in Illinois, where you are from? What's your temps? Because here in Boston, I'm in the Boston area, and our we went from 66 yesterday to 91 today. Yeah, that is so drastic. But yet, um, there's something about gardeners that we love our garden. We love gardening, that we're willing to, oh yes, outside of St. Louis area, zone 6B, 86 now. Okay, you're from St. Louis, Missouri? So you're in 6B? Yeah, so you understand it because I'm zone 6 too. I don't know if I'm zone 6A or B. I think I'm like right on the line because I'm in the city. And I think different pockets of the city that you have a 6A or you have a 6B. And even within my garden, I find that there are certain areas that are ahead of other areas in the garden. That the whole garden, Metro East area in Illinois. Okay, okay. Here in Illinois. Okay. I've been to, have I been to Illinois? No. I've been to Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been to Wisconsin. But I have never been to Illinois, across the Mississippi River. Yes, yes. I know up that area. Uh-huh. So, have you started seed planting? And what inspires you to garden? What is inspiring you to garden? Do you garden? First up, foremost, do you garden? Are you a gardener? And what inspires you to garden? And if so, I know in your area you probably experience a lot of climate change and, you know, shifting temperatures and cold freezes and so forth. And so my thinking, you know, one of the things I think that makes a really good gardener, my garden is popping out. Yes. All right, Sharon. Yes, yes. Um, what makes a good garden? Isn't that inspirational when your garden starts to come alive? Um, because I remember when in January and February, my garden was looking so barren. And now it is so lush and beautiful. I'm so happy. Oh yes, cold and not and now hot. Yeah, yeah. But there has to be something that motivates you. I was thinking today, yesterday was so calm and cool, and I loved working in the garden, and I was actually doing the setting up the garden area for these seedlings, and I enjoyed it. I didn't mind spending the hours out in the garden. But today, the temperature shifts so much, so drastically. It's so hot. Earlier, well, I'm on the shaded side of the house, so I don't feel that heat as much. But earlier, I felt the heat. And I had to say to myself, I better go out there and check on my flowers, check on the things that I've already put into the ground, because if I don't, I could lose them in a moment. And when I came out, I noticed that some of the pansies that I have, well, pansies are very delicate flowers anyway, and they don't really necessarily like the heat. And if you don't give them any water, they will fall. Hi, from Zone 9B, Southern California. Hello, Lisa Gomez. How are you? Yes. So you understand what I'm talking about heat and watering. And so there's got to be this love for the garden. What is it that causes us to care about these little seedlings, wanting to see them be all that they can be? There's got to be something in a gardener. And I think one of the things is tell me what you think. I think one is diligence. You got to be diligent, because if you're slacking, if you decide, well, hey, not today, maybe tomorrow, especially Say I decided that I didn't want to water my plants today. I would have no plants tomorrow because in that one instant the heat would destroy them. So I think diligence is such a big need. Yeah, great. Recent subscriber. Yes, it gets 100 degrees. Oh my God. I'm complaining. And you get 100 degrees. Oh, Lordy. How do you handle that? And what one day can make a difference. That's the truth. I'm saying all this effort. I got to get up early and wet those plants down from the beginning, and then make sure that I check. I have some shade gardens. I seem to have a ton of horses this year. Want to do more veggie gardening. I'm not the best at growing from seeds, though I have a box of seed packages. Yes, Sharon, I feel you because I understand. That's exactly how I felt a lot before about gardening by seed. I would get my seedlings from a friend, and it was inexpensive, a local gardener. And but this year, I really decided that I'm going to pursue sowing seeds, and I've had success. Here's my kale, my dinosaur kale. Look at that. I pricked them out and put them in their own little private pots. Well, two, maybe two in a pot, and they are looking so good. I collect seed packages and love to look at them. Me too. You're a true gardener. So what are the things that make a good gardener? They have vision. They're diligent. They have vision. Me three. Yes, Lisa. You know, I love the gardening catalogs. I like it. Get my Yummy, Yummy. How are you? So good to see you. You caught me. All right. Yes, I love the seed catalogs. My Burpee seed catalog, my Johnny seed catalog, and the Baker Creek catalog. And I started looking at those catalogs with the vegetables because I was more of a, yeah, great. I was really a flower person. But this year, and I would dabble with seeds. Yeah, yes, Yami. I would dabble with seeds. But this year, I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a good gardener. Yes. Um, Sharon, is it Sharon? Which one was talking about the seeds? Sharon, and say hello to Yami and Lisa. I collect seed packages and love to look at them. That's what Sharon said. And so, Sharon, um, and my daughter teases me because I talk about the Dollar Tree. So I looked for the Dollar Tree seeds because I said I'm not going to make a major. Yes, I'm not going to. Yes, say hello, everybody. I'm not going to make a major investment in seeds. So I've been, for the last 2 years or so, 2 or 3 years, I've been getting myself some Dollar Tree seeds, right? And so they have been good. Those seeds are good. And I've been looking forward to the Dollar Tree seeds. And because you can get Urban Girl, how are you, sweetness? Urban Girl Gardener, Kiki. Hi, Kiki. So glad you caught me. Yes. How are you, my sweet? Yes. So, what makes a good gardener? Sharon was saying how she likes buying the seed packages and looking at the seeds. She's not really good at planting by seeds, and I could relate with her because that's why I went to the Dollar Tree, and they would have four for $1. So I would go through. It was almost like I'm waiting in anticipation for them to put them out. And they were late this year putting them out. And they didn't put any flower seeds. And I love flowers. So I got really, so I had no choice but to really think about the vegetables. I have fallen in love with the seed saving. Yes, Kiki, I need to, I've done that too. I've done seed saving. Oh, yes, I don't know if you watched my programs before, but I had um, is the watermelon ripe? Is the watermelon ripe? Is one of my playbacks or playlists. Is the watermelon ripe with my daughter, and I've been planting watermelon, the baby the baby watermelon. What is that called? Sugar baby watermelon. And so I saved some of those watermelon seeds like 2 years back. Me too, save all my seeds. You do, shot? Yeah, I mean, that's good. And so I saved the seeds, not last year, but the year before that. And when I was going through my seeds, I found some of those seeds, right? And I said, I had also gotten a pack of watermelon seed from the Dollar Tree. So I said, let me compare. I planted the Dollar Tree seeds and I planted my seeds from my watermelon. Sorry about that. It's sorry about the coughing. So anyway, I forgot my water inside. Anyway, I planted the seeds from the watermelon, my own watermelon that I planted, and these are they. Yes, these are my homegrown watermelon seeds that I planted. And look at that. I didn't expect them to really grow. So I just threw in a whole lot of them. And so now I have excuse me, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 plants. Yes. Don't they look good? And so I have, let me see. I have the Dollar Tree seeds. One, and when you look at them, they look so scrawny. Look at that. This is from the Dollar Tree seeds. And they haven't even gotten their second leaves, and I planted them the same time. And look at how they look. And I gave them even more space and everything. And look at how they look. Look at that. And that was from the seed pack. So I'm thinking, Kiki and Yanni and everyone that's listening, oh my, big difference. Yes, there's a big difference. So I'm thinking that my own seeds, the seeds that you and I, when we save our seeds, that our seeds are actually better, more healthier, And then somebody was saying this, that the seeds that you save are adapting to your area. That for that to fruit, that it has adapted to your area, and that it should be even more. The seeds you save will become adjusted. Yeah, there you go. Sharon, thank you. Yeah, you guys please comment and help me out with this discussion, because it's a two-way, and I don't want to be feeling like I'm talking to myself the whole time here. So yes, so Sharon says, the seeds you save will become adjusted to your yard and your area. They will be healthier for your area. Yes! Awesome. Good points. Yes, 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 Sharon. So the rest of you, yes. And what did you say? Our seeds are stronger. They're going to be way better for us. Yes! You guys are making me happy. Yes. Yeah, because when I looked at this, I said, look at that. And then I looked at mine. Isn't that nice? Yes. Well, and those Dollar Tree seeds are good too, because this is what? This is summer squash. I did summer squash here with the Dollar Tree seeds. I did cucumbers over here, and they're looking very good. The winter squash and the pumpkin. That's pumpkin right there. And I've tried to save pumpkin seeds, but then it's the drying them. I think that I allowed it. There was moisture in the bag. I put them in a plastic bag versus putting them in an envelope, a paper envelope. And I think the plastic bag um, kept in the moisture with the pumpkin seeds, and they ended up becoming moldy. Whereas I should have put them in um, the paper, a paper, an envelope, paper envelope, and I think, and let them dry out a little bit first, and then put them in the paper envelope, and that will help. How do you store your seeds? Because that's what I did with the watermelon seeds. Do you store your seeds that way too? By putting them in paper bags? I grew flowers from Dollar Tree. The one from my garden either didn't germinate. The seeds died. Ladies, look into Korean natural farming techniques. You make good bacteria for the soil. It helps too. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, that the bacteria for the soil. Yes. So my husband is from the Caribbean, and so he is very much into creating compost and our own compost. And around me, I have a lot of oak trees and a lot of leaves. So I have the materials, the compost. And when I cut the trees down here, and my neighbor cut her trees, I asked them for the wood chips. Yes, Sharon, I recently stopped using store-bought fertilizers. I only make my own. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So the compost, I know I bought the compost from, and then the compost that I bought, it's not, I'm making my own compost too. Yes. So I did buy 2 truckloads of compost this year. And, but we mix it with the compost that we're making in the land, along with the soil, the topsoil. So each year the soil is getting richer and richer from the leaves, the grass clippings, the wood chips. Now with the wood chips, from the tree cutting, I'm expecting all of that to create some really good soil. And I like, what methods do you like? I like Charles Dowling's method of the no dig method. I like that. I like the back to Eden method with the wood chips. I've been looking at that. I like the Three Sisters, I think they call it, method. Um, the no-till method. Um, but I think that you got to find what works best for you with your soil, and to keep and to strengthen your own land. And you really have to know your soil, your area, your weather patterns, and the things like that. So all of that makes a good gardener. You have to be curious. So that was part of the topic too. Was what makes us good gardeners? What makes us want to garden in the first place? And I think we have to be curious. They Wait, what did you say? Oh, wait. There are tons of NKF videos out there on YouTube. I'm hoping to get my grandkids involved in making those. I love all the methods you mentioned. Yeah. I love the back to Eden method. I tried that before, but I didn't use, um, I used the wrong kind of wood chips. I just used mulch. But you know what I found out though? With the mulch, I noticed that there were white veiny things on the mulch. And at first I thought they were spider mites or something, or some kind of negative thing. But then I found out that that was the microcosms, or the microbes that were in the mulch that were causing those particular plants that were planted in it to grow really well. Because I had planted an eggplant, um, a couple of eggplants there, and I noticed that those eggplants that were over there where those microbes were, that the eggplants were huge. But those that didn't that were in the soil that didn't have those microbes and stuff, the white stuff, I don't have an exact method because you said things change so fast. Hi. What? I Hi, I am here a bit late. Martha. Hi Martha. I've seen that white stuff too. I thought it was dangerous. LOL. Lisa, yeah. Yes. Hello. Kiki. Um, these are just different methods. The Charles Darling, anyway, it's the no dig method. I think that that is a great idea because it helps, like, if you have a lot of weeds, what it is that you put a layer of cardboard down, then you put the compost on top of it, and instead of like cutting the grass, say you have a grassy area or a lot of weeds, instead of digging up the weeds, you put you put cardboard down, and then you put a layer. I was throwing the white stuff away. No, don't throw the white stuff away. That is what is helping to break down the soil, and also to the break down the soil, the compost. And it also carries nutrients to the roots system, and it makes your thing grow better. That is the good bacteria. You use that white stuff in making amendments in Korean natural farming. I grass clips in my garden. Yes, and grass clippings. Grass clippings in my garden. Yes, that's the good bacteria. Yes, 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 yes. Because I noticed the difference. My eggplants, they were huge. But in another area, the ground was dry and so forth. And the eggplants and the peppers weren't growing. Okay, ladies, I'm new. Lisa Gomez. That's okay, honey. We all knew. You know what? Life is, let me just tell you this. As a gardener, what makes a good gardener? They're willing to learn. A good gardener is willing to learn. And people who are good learners are people with good mindset, who have a positive mindset, who are willing to take what they have and explore. Yes, we good learners. That a good gardener is a learner. And we are learners for life. We are learners for life. Yes. And gardening helps us to keep thinking and imagining and experimenting. Gardeners have to adapt and change strategies all the time. That's right. That's right, Kiki. Yes. So what makes a good gardener? One who is willing to learn, one who's diligent, one who has vision, one who has determination, one who is diligent. I was thinking about this. I said, all of these, I love it. Yes, all of these traits or characteristics of a good gardener is what makes that person entrepreneurial, makes you creative, gives life some zest. You know, um, my life is not boring. I am not bored with these plants. No, I'm not. And when you get results for your hard labor, for your work, and it's not even hard labor, it's fun labor, I should say. You know, today I love your passion, Miss Catherine. I know. Thank you. I had to go to Costco today to pick up some stuff, so I wanted to pick up a couple of some water. I'm here. I'm here for all of it. This brings we close to God. That's right, honey. Yes, sir. I'm close to. Yes, absolutely amazing feeling. Yes, yes. Why you think? Well, I am. I'm a believer in God, right? And I believe in the creation story because I believe in the Garden of Eden. Does that sound like a wonderful story? Yes, that God will put us in a garden and give us everything that we need in a garden. And that God, back to Eden. That's right, ladies. Yes, I want to go back to Eden, have my little garden. I said, Lord, in my second life, when I die, I want a garden. I did. I told him. I said, God, I want a garden. I want my own planet that I can design it, and I can, just like how he gave Adam and Eve a garden. I want my own garden, Catherine's garden. So I said, let me practice. I know. I said, okay, listen, just think with me, people. I know this is far fetched. I know this is broad thinking, but just think about it. I said, in the universe is made up of billions and billions of planets and places. Look at people want to go to Mars. Why does people have the desire to go to Mars? Because they want to create their own Eden. They want their own. I have the wonderful book, Back to what? I missed the Back to Eden, the book. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you have a wonderful book. Back to. What are you sorry about, my sweet? Don't be sorry about anything, Martha. We're having fun. We're just thinking. We're dreaming. So, I'm thinking that I want to have my own planet, and I want to be able to create my own garden, and I want to start. I want to be able to plant things. So I think that God, I want to design the whole planet, and I want people to work with me with the same mindset. I want to um, be able to flow with it. And I think that with all of the billions of planets and things, and that people want to go to Mars because they want to create a new planet. They want to create. They want to invent. They want to start something new. And I think that's put part of who we are. That's why we grow things. And I'm excited about that. But anyway, I have the wonderful book Back to Eden that my sister gave me when I was only 14 years, 50 years after I still use it. Yes, yes, Back to Eden. I gotta check that out. Yeah, cause I think that we all have that draw back to Eden and nature and the earth and um, wanting to create. Um, I don't know, but that's I know I went off on a little tangent, but that's how I feel anyway. So what keeps you diligent? What makes a person a good gardener? And I was saying these characteristics are things that makes a person productive. And to garden is, I think it's a holy thing. I think it's a holy process. I think it's character building. I think that it is stimulating to the mind and the body. I think that it makes you a better learner. It gives you peace. It gives you patience. I mean, it takes patience to wait on these plants to grow. I just planted some more cucumbers and a different type of cucumbers. Now, these cucumbers were planted earlier. And so this one here, I have to wait for that. I have to wait for them to develop. But what inspires me is because of the success of these here, because I know that it will happen over time. So there's a level of faith and belief that it will develop. So I'm willing to wait on it. And so that's one of the things that gardening and being a good gardener, you've got to be patient. Um, and it makes you think too. Yeah, I'm here cooking and listening, Miss Catherine. Greens, lettuce, and fresh garden from the garden. Yes, girl. Now that's another thing, Kiki. I have lost weight since I've been gardening, since I've been out in the garden. And I haven't done anything to lose weight. But all of this activity and moving and pulling and, doing all of these things has caused me to lose the winter weight. Now, isn't that a good thing? Because before I used to go walking, like in March, April, and May, I would start a walking regimen. And because of the whole pandemic and everything, I just have been staying in my house and gardening. And but because the weather has gotten warmer, I'm out there digging and toiling and pushing and pulling and doing all these things and weeding. I have found that I'm less prone to eat in the house because I'm not in the air, I'm outside. I'm using up energy uh, gardening and prepping and setting up the gardens. And I've lost weight. hmm I've lost a good 10 to 12 pounds. I feel good about that. So now it's the eating the fresh vegetables. And I love the kale. My daughter and I went to Whole Foods and she saw the dinosaur kale there, and she decided that she was that I need to grow dinosaur kale because she did not want to pay the price for the dinosaur kale. I mean, it was costly, to get that fresh organic stuff. Uh, when she knew last year, I see the beauty, but I also see the trash. I pick up the trash when I walk. It makes me want to just find an area and clean it up. Oh, Sharon, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so it gives you an appreciation for beauty. A good gardener sees the possibilities. And does the trash on the road bother others? Yes, it sure does. Um, by the way, if you like this conversation, could you please give me a thumbs up? Thank you. Dinosaur Kill is my 6-year-old favorites to grow. Yes! Yes, yes. If you like this conversation, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, a like. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you like this conversation. I'm listening. My hands are busy though. I am planting cantaloupe seeds right now. All of this talk has inspired me to plant melon seeds. Oh, that's good. I planted melon seeds too. And what did I do? I planted some melon seeds here. Where is it? Um, I think it's over there. Yeah, I planted cucumbers and I planted cantaloupe seeds. And I planted cantaloupes earlier, but they weren't as successful. I don't know what I did. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. Let me take a look. Let me see. I'll pull them up here. They're just starting to come up actually. So this is I did cantaloupe seeds from the Dollar Tree, and that's them. But it's not. It hasn't been. I don't know. They're slow to grow, and then sunflower, American Giant, and I don't know what happened to them. So, yes, sometimes there might be some failures, but it causes you to think, well, what did I do wrong? What could I have done? What can I do differently? So this is it's not a failure, but it's not the full successes I was looking for. So I replanted some more cantaloupe seeds, and I'm hoping that they will be much more successful. Now, this is supposed to be a sunflower American Giant hybrid seed, but look at that. I don't know what happened to it. And it was expensive too because I think it was the burpee seeds. I had bought them at Home Depot, I think. Um, so that's why we need to save our own seeds, okay? And be self-sufficient, yes. And try and do. What else? What else are you all doing? So that's good that you're planting cantaloupe and watermelon, and what else? What else are you all growing? Now is definitely the time to plant melon. Yes, yes, that's true, Kiki. Now is the time to plant the squashes, all of the vine plants. Hello, Catherine. Sonia, how are you? Your seedlings are looking good. I just spotted my first squash flower today. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, you got a flower. That means that you're heading in the process of creating a squash. You're gonna have a product soon. Yes, produce. Yes. How exciting, Sonia. Good to have you today. I remember you came on last Wednesday and I was just ending. So I'm glad that you caught me here. Yes, Sonia. And this is good stuff. This is good stuff. So we want to continue to grow and to plant different things and to experiment too, to try different things. Like this year, my trying of growing herbs, um, that has been new for me, and they're just coming along. My sage is just starting to grow, and the thyme is just starting to come up, and I have some chamomile also, but it's been slow with them. I'm growing butternut squash. Yes, I'm a butternut squash, spaghetti, honey nut, delicate pumpkin, cantaloupes from seed, and I saved last season. Yes, yes, yes. And you know the thing is that those seeds are so easy to grow, and you could either direct sow, or you can plant them in out like this. Before in the past with the pumpkins and the squash, I would get seedlings from my gardener friend, but also I would direct sow in the ground some of those seeds too, and they would grow. But I like this better. The reason why I kind of like putting it in the seed packs is because I have a little bit more control, especially with the big seeds. You could be very specific in growing them. You know, the finer seeds, yeah, I kind of scatter them in a pot, but the big seeds like the squashes, the cantaloupes, the watermelon, the summer squash, the winter squash, the butternut squash, the pumpkins, it's easier to handle. And so putting them like this makes it um, much more um, easier to observe and to watch and take care of them. And so then transplanting them into the ground will not be as complicated. Now with this watermelon, I have to allow it to grow up um, some more, at least gain 2 or 3 leaves, and then when I break them apart, it will be, you know, it would be much more easier for me anyway to get roots, to make sure that each plant has some roots, so that it will grow. And even if I plant like these two together in the ground, um, it's fine because it's a viney plant, and they will find their way. You know, they will find their way in the garden. So I'm excited about the watermelon. What else are you all growing? What else are you all planting? What else have you seeded out? Now, I have not planted tomatoes. Like, I don't, for some reason, I don't know, I just seem to want to just buy the tomato and pepper. It seems like to me, they feel like that might be more complicated. And because I have my gardener friend who plants those, and it's like for one seed, six seed pack, it's like $3. So um, to me, it's still economical, and her seedlings are good. So I really haven't pursued sowing tomatoes. Honey cucumbers, hybrid from burpee seeds. I'm excited about it. Oh, yes, yes. You know, they're all in the same family when you think about it. The watermelon almost looks like a cucumber, but it's just large. Um, the squashes have the seeds in the middle, so they're all from the same kind of family, and they're viney. So they tend to have the similar or same growing patterns. So that's it. Oh, the other thing that I'm growing are okra. Okra. Now, I thought that I had to live in the South to be able to grow okra. But a couple of years back, I grew. Yes, they're cousins. Slow. Yeah, yeah, they are. They're cousins. Yes, they are. Hi. This is simplifying with Ebony. Simplifying with Ebony. Hi. Hi, Ebony. How you doing? Yes, my name is Catherine, and you're here with Catherine's Garden and Home and my other gardening friends, and we're having a good old time talking about seedlings and planting seeds and what it means to be a good gardener and just dreaming about having our own back to Eden. I like that. I'm gonna have to check that book out. You know, you should check out that Back to Eden um, YouTube. There's a guy, Gauchi, Grouchy, Gauchi. If you type in Back to Eden on YouTube, he talks about wood chipping, and his story is so good about keeping moisture in the ground and growing good soil. I really liked his information, and um, it's really good. I um, I bought this okra. This is the seedlings from my gardener friend in the packet. I think it's like $3 for it. And they put a lot of seeds in here. So it's one, two, three, and then all of these, I don't know, they got lazy and dropped the seeds in. So I'm figuring that as I let it grow, I can divide these up and they will make more plants. So I'm excited about growing okra. I grew okra last year and it tasted so good from seed. I bought it from Baker Creek, the spineless, and it was last year or 2 years, I think 2 years ago. But anyway, um, so this is my growing of the seeds, and those seeds lasted. Hey, Miss Cece, how are you, my sweetie? You made it. So these are my okra, and only these came out, this few. So I went and I bought myself some um, seedlings because she had some starts there. But mine did very well. This is the uh, Clemson Spineless. And you know, I like okra um, to cook with okra. I just tune. Yes, I did. Yes, girl. Cece caught me. Cece's here. Cece's in the house. Cece's in the house. Miss Plantaholic. Yay! I like your the picture that you have with your hands up. Put your hands up, up. Put your hands up. She's a garden alcoholic. I think we're all addicted. You know what makes a good gardener? A good gardener is one who loves to play in the dirt. Yep. hmm You gotta love playing in the dirt. You can't be afraid of ants and bugs and bees and so forth. You just gotta just swap those mosquitoes. Emily Marlowe, Miss Catherine, what zone and region are you gardening? Okay, I am I am in the northeast region, and I am zone 6. I'm in the Boston area. I have an urban cottage garden, and I'm in the middle of the city, and I just am fortunate to have a nice plot of land. I love to see my soil improve. Yes, Sharon. Yes, I agree. Look at my first video I did on my hydrangeas. Yes, girl. I love. Oh, by the way, I love. You know, I was wondering, am I a flower person or a veggie person? What are you? Are you into flower gardening, or are you into food or vegetable gardening? Which one do you like best? I almost wanted to have a survey on that. Well, you know, what do you like, flowers or veggies, or both? And I think I started out liking or being drawn to the garden because of the flowers. Nice. We're urban gardening in St. Paul. I've been watching you for a while. I love everything you do. Oh, thank you, Emily. Emily Marlowe. You know, sometimes I'm wondering, is anybody watching my videos? And So when you say that, that makes me feel good. Mostly food, doing more flowers this year. Okay, Kiki. Hmm. See, yeah, some people are drawn to the the vegetables, the food. They want to be able to eat it, and then some people are drawn to the flowers. We are. Yes, Emily, Lila. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so, I love the flowers. And if you watch, I love doing the gardening tours and the flowers and so forth. I love the vegetables too. I don't know if you've seen some of my older garden videos. I've been very yes, Miss Catherine, we love your videos. Thank you, sweetness. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, so I will keep them up. But um, my mom did both flowers and veggies, so I do too. Emily, yeah, So, um, my father, my mother would do more flowers, but then she did also vegetables, but not really vegetables. She was more like into fruit trees, fruit and so forth. She's from the West Indies, and when I went down to the islands, they had um, their garden. Of course, you can garden year round there, and my father tended to handle like corn and things like that. Where my mother was more into um, growing um, her papaya trees. She loved fruits, mango trees and things. She would really cultivate that. Um, so she was more into the fruits. I guess it's what you like to eat too. That's what you would grow. Um, but um, but she would also have flowers. My mother's the one actually who turned me on to roses, tropical fruits. Yes, Emily. Yes, the tropical fruits. Yeah, mangoes, papayas. She would make sugar apples. You know what sugar apples are? Sugar apples and guava. Oh, my guava. Oh, I love the guava. And then cashew. Nothing like that here in the frozen north. I know. This is my first year with fruit trees. It's addicting though. Yeah, the fruit trees. I don't know. I did not spray my fruit trees. My apples are growing, my pears and my Asian pears and the peaches are growing, but I should have sprayed them with the dormant oil and the other oil to keep the bugs away. So I've noticed that the leaves have been curling. I'm more into the flowers, but I like to see how others grow veggies. I think it's so amazing. Neither one of my parents were into gardening. I got a love for it from a good friend. Yay! Well, no matter how it comes, you're drawn to it because you have that was the theme of the show today, is the characteristics. What are the characteristics of a good gardener? What is it that causes us to want to draw nature in? I'm a fruit tree person. Mine are all young bare root and flowers. Yes, Lisa. Yes, yes, yes. Um, so, what draws us into wanting to do this, to garden, to experiment, to try different things? And in our backyard, when we were growing up here, in my childhood home, we had this massive pear tree, and it was with cooking pears. And the neighborhood kids would come and raid the pear tree, and at first my father would try to chase them away, but after a while he just gave up. And we would have a time where my brothers would climb the tree, call his friends, and call their friends, and then he would shake the tree, and the pears would come tumbling down, and everybody would get a grocery bag full of pears to take home. And then my mother would peel the pears and make a pear sauce, and then you'd have a little pear sauce with a dollop of vanilla ice cream. Delish. And we also had plum trees. We had two plum trees in the yard as well, and they were more so like the prune plums, delicious. And so you'd wait till they get nice and pink, not pink, purple, nice and purple, and the deep kind of pruny plums, and delicious, delicious though. And so Yeah, that sounds yummy. Yes. So I got myself a plum, two plum trees. One plum tree is the like the prune plums, the purple plums, and the other one is a yellow, a golden egg plum. And that plum, I have some videos on that. You could check it out from last year. That plum is delicious. Ooh, but I don't see many of it. It didn't flower that much this year, but the other one did, the prune. So I'm gonna have a lot of plums. But the fig tree. Somebody asked me about my fig tree. How is my fig tree doing? I think it's a really complex answer. It's about growing and nurturing. It's about feeding. Oh, about what makes a good gardener. Okay, Emily, I think it's a really complex answer. It's about growing and nurturing. It's about feeding yourself. It's about beauty. It's about fulfilling that calling of nature. It feels essential to me. Oh my God, Emily, that sounds so romantic. Oh, let me read it again. Oh, girl, you're speaking. My heart responds to that. Yes. Oh, you make me want to cry. Yes, garden. Oh, what makes a good gardener? What is the characteristics of a gardener? Why do we garden? And Emily says, I think it's a really complex answer. It's about growing and nurturing. It's about feeding yourself. It's about beauty. It's about fulfilling that calling. Oh my God. Of nature. It feels essential to me. Oh my God. I feel it. It's essential. It's part of me. It's who I am. I'm a gardener. Yes, I'm a gardener. I'm a gardener. I'm outside, so I'm trying not to be too loud and rowdy. But yes, I'm a gardener. Beautiful Emily. Oh my God. Emily, that's so good. Yes, yes, yes. That's why I'm a gardener, and I'm a good gardener too. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and if we take life this way, deal with life this way, we will be good people too. We'll be good human beings on the planet. We'll be, you know, our true essence will come out. What is the essential parts of who we are? Yes, you are. My grandfather had everything in his veggie garden. He also had the fruit trees as well. Amen, Emily. Yes, 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 yes. And your life is just so much more better. I'm, my daughter was saying to me, yes, you are a very good gardener. Thank you, my sweet. And thank you, Cece, for that positive affirmation. My daughter was saying, Mommy, you're a 5-year old. She said, Mommy, you like, well, I don't know if you know this, but formally, I am an educator. I was an educator. I still am an educator, but I was a teacher of elementary school teacher, and then I became an elementary school principal, and then I worked as the executive director of special education and student services for Boston Public Schools. And so I love children, and I love learning, and I love this whole experience of experiencing new things. And I've since retired from that, but it's never too late to learn, and it's never too late to experience something new. And learning is not limited to an age. We are continually learning. We're continually discovering who we are as people, and the garden opens up that opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves and to affirm ourselves. And the garden is very affirming. And then also the gardening community, you all are so good people. I mean, I, you all are loving, you all are kind, the words that you say. I mean, you just have the characteristics of a nurturer and a builder and wanting to see good things happen. And so I applaud you, my gardening friends, and I thank you so much for coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden, and this has been such a wonderful afternoon. Sharing this information, very affirming, and it brings us together no matter who we are or what or where we live in the world. Yes, Emily. Yes, yes, yes. And that's something that I love because I had a couple of people who are from California, from the Midwest, from the South, and me here in the East Coast, and then around the world, different parts um, of the world, and we're all coming together around the whole idea of growing things and becoming better people. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone who has commented and joined me here. And remember to come back and visit me on Wednesdays. Um, who's my California girl? I'm trying to find your name. Yeah. From Mississippi. I want to thank Sharon. Sharon from uh, St. Louis, Illinois, 6B, and she was the first to speak up and come and join me. Sharon, thank you for that inspiration. And then I got my Southern California girl, Lisa Gomez. Thank you so much. And Yami, and I shouldn't call names. Urban girl Kiki, and Lisa. I said Lisa before. All of you, I just want to thank you. I'm trying to. Martha, thank you for coming. And in the chat, Sharon, I said your name before. Yeah, I just want Martha, Sharon, Kiki, Cece, thank you. Emily. Emily, you just inspired me. Sonia, yes. I just want to say thank you to every last one of you. And you have made me so happy today. Sonia. Oh, Sonia's from Apple Valley, California, Zone 8B. Wow. Wow. California, right here, Lisa. Lisa, and yes, my California girls. Woo! Yes, and Kiki, you're such an inspiration. The gardening community has to stick together. We understand each other. Yes. Gardens are me. How are you, sweetie? Hi, Catherine. Thank you for sharing your beautiful garden with all of us. You're welcome. I'm across the country in New York. Yes. Thank you, ladies. Have a great week. Love hearing all the birds. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the birds love my garden. But thank you so much for those of you who participated in chat and those who listened on. I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. And doing well, my dear. Gardens are me. Yes. Yes. Um, I'm glad you're doing well. Yes, I'm going to be wrapping up, but remember on Wednesdays between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and because now I put a time on it, it'll be, right in between there, um, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Look out for me. Hit your notification bell so that you'll know when I'm on Wednesdays. And let's keep growing together here in Catherine's Garden and Home. And know that on Wednesdays I have the lives. Thursdays I'm in Riverside, California. Excuse me. Yes, I gotta drink some of my lemon balm tea. I don't know, something's settling my. I'm here in Kingston, Massachusetts, Zone 6B. Kingston, Massachusetts. You're here in Massachusetts too? Oh, Gardens are me. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So you understand my pain. Huh? You're in my region. Also my joy. Yes, you understand my joy too. Oh yes. Oh yes. Um, so then on Fridays I'll do a highlight of absolutely yes, my joy. Yes. Um, so on Fridays, what I'm going to do, I was telling you my schedule or what I'm trying to do. Because if I give you the schedule, then I have to keep it because I want to be a woman of my word. And so to be a woman of my word, I have to follow through. And that's the other thing. Good gardeners follow through and they pursue it to the end. You don't give in, you don't cave in, you don't quit. You don't let things die midway, but you pursue it and you finish the project. And finishers are winners. When you make it across the finish line, that's what makes you a winner because it takes strength and endurance to pursue and to keep up with something. But when you quit midway, when you stop watering your plants, when you stop feeding them, when you neglect them, then you lose out on the bounty. We are determined people. Yes, we are. Gardens are me. Yes, and that's what makes you special. You are a good gardener. Give yourselves a hand. You are a good gardener. Yes. I applaud you. You are a good gardener. And the birds agree. Don't you hear them singing? They agree. So let me finish this because I want to Wrap this up. So Wednesday, between 5:30 and 6, are the lives on Wednesdays. Thursdays, um, yes, Ayana and Miles, how are you? And on Thursdays, I'll give you some projects that I'm going to be working on. And then on Fridays, highlights of the week, different things that have been happening, give you some highlights. Um, and then on Saturdays, probably a project. And on Sundays, full garden tours on Sundays. So look for that on Sundays. Sundays, definitely garden tours. Um, and hopefully the weather will agree. We're expecting rain, which we haven't had for a while. So, and this Memorial Day weekend, things might be quick in and out because I have to take care of my little grandbaby. So, but I'm going to try and stick to that basic. That's the basic pattern. And then I've been giving you little snippets of what's happening in the garden. The garden in the morning is just so beautiful, and so those 1 and 2 minute scenes in the garden. Um, I just love it, and I just think that it's like eye candy for my flower lovers. I'm still crying for some rain. Me too. Cece, I don't know. We need to do a rain dance. Rain, 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 rain. We need some rain. Who has a rain dance? I don't remember any rain dance songs, but I remember we used to sing "Rain, rain, go away, come back another day." Rain, rain, come today. We need you right now today. We need a chant, something for some rain. Every time it seems like it's going to rain, and the next thing you know it just blows on out of here. But, that's another thing. What I want to do is to gather harvest rain water this year. And I don't know, I'm thinking of getting some gutter guards or just changing my gutters and putting a rain barrel at the bottom. There was somebody who had talked about that. Backyard gardener. I don't know if you've listened to her. Backyard gardener. She did something about catching rainwater. She lives in the where does she live? up north, someplace, the Midwest, backyard gardener. She talked about rain, gathering rain and water, and I am strongly thinking of doing that because when it is drought like this, I cannot continue to use the municipal water because I don't want to really have a high water bill. So I want to learn about gathering water and having a rain barrel or water barrel so I can water my garden with the rainwater. So that's something to think about. Anyway, I am going to go and see. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. And I will see you next time. If you like what we talked about, don't forget to give me a like. If you haven't hit that like button, hit it so that YouTube will know that there are people who are liking and interested in what I have to say or sharing this time with me. So hit that like button. And yeah, thank you so much. I applaud you, good gardeners. Thank you so much for watching. You make my heart happy, full of joy. Cece and others, I'm saying good night, bye to all. Yeah, say bye. Come on, put your names out since you took the time to listen. Also, visit one another's channels, support one another. Let us support each other as a gardening family here. Visit one another's channels and subscribe to them as well. And let's help each other out as we grow, grow, grow together here in Catherine's Garden and Home. Grow, grow, grow together. Grow, grow, grow together. We're gonna grow, grow, grow together here in Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. Have a nice week. Thank you, Ayana and Miles. Pebbles! How you sweet? How's everything? I hope all is well with you. You have a theme song. I'm trying. The thing is that Grow Family Network, they say grow, 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 grow. But I want to say grow, grow, grow together. And so I'm not trying to steal their thunder, but anyway, I'm being innovative. And it just came out naturally. So I'm sticking with it. Grow, grow, grow together. Grow, grow, grow. The I'll watch his Sunny Love. Thank you. Grow, grow, grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home. Yes, that's the kid in me that comes alive. Yes. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home. Thank you. You love my hair? Thanks. I've gone natural. Yes, with my fro. So have a good day. Love you all. Bye. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home. Yami, I hope all is well with you. And thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Kiki, bye. Love you all. Bye. Yeah, Cece, love you. Martha, everybody. Bye. Ayana, bye.